Bruner?
Friday morning, I testified as a witness for Bobby. What I said at that time was the truth. Bobby did not stab and kill Gary, and neither did Charlie, Bruce, Sadie, or me. I can't say who did it, but it wasn't done by a member of the family. I wouldn't say who did it before, and when the police last December said Bobby was blaming the murder on me and threatened me with probation violation, a murder charge, and the loss of the baby, I was frightened, and I put it on Bobby. Then I testified to the same things that were the original statement because I was told I would be prosecuted if I didn't. The affidavit I made in May is true, and I offered through Mr. Graves to take a lie detector test on this in court. However, the judge did not permit this and said either I cooperate with the prosecution or be arrested immediately for murder. Bobby saw how some fears were rekindled by the judge's threats, especially, and also by what the lawyer told me about the charges of not going along with the court at this time. It is obvious that the DA and the Judge Keene are not interested in truth. They want their conviction of Bobby, and the only other person they would accept as the killer is Charlie. They are not guilty, and I am completely willing to take a lie detector test on this point at any time.
I say hello again.
Oh, hi.
What's your comment after being arraigned on a charge of murder?
Oh, I don't have one.
Really? Are you frightened at all?
No, I expected it.
Really? Does the possibility of the death penalty frighten you?
You know, that's so far off. Like, there's next week this court coming up, and that's as far ahead as I'm going right now.
Mary, can you tell us, you say that Bobby, nor you, nor Susan killed Gary Hinman. Who did,
Take Charlie out of there, too.
And Charlie.
Oh, take Bruce, too, by the way. I forgot he was in
who did do the killing?
I can't tell you who did that.
Well, do you know? I mean, can you tell us that? I mean, without naming names, do you happen to know? This isn't putting anybody on the spot, if that's what you're afraid of. Do you really know who did it?
I might say that, you know.
Do you know the motive for it?
Wow, that's more than I want to get into.
You know now that you may never see your baby again, or at least for a long, long time. Does this have any effect on you?
Of course it has an effect on me.
Did you think about this before you made your latest move?
Yes.
You decided it was better to do it this way.
That's right.
About this before you made your latest move?
Yes.
You decided it was better to do it this way.
That's right.
You're 26 years old, I believe. Do you feel that your life has been wasted at all?
You got it.
Gary was a very sweet person. He kind of took care of people. Very warm, very outgoing, very verbal. He was extremely bright. He was studying for his doctorate in political science.
He was an accomplished musician as well.
Yes, also.
How would you think he would have been involved with people in Manson trial?
Well, Gary had a penchant for helping out people that were in trouble. He, fed them and gave them a place to stay, and it was. He did this with a lot of people, and I assume this is probably how he came in contact with a number of people in the family.
Did he ever talk to you about any of the members of the family?
No, he did not.
Never mentioned the family?
No.
What was your first reaction when you had heard about his death?
Shock.
Surprise?
Yes, because I couldn't understand how anyone would kill Gary. He just wasn't the kind of person who would get physically aggressive or that you could get angry with. I couldn't understand what a motive would be. Gary Hinman was a person who would have been almost impossible to rob because he would have given you whatever you wanted or whatever you needed. All the intelligence in the world, very Immunity was given to Mary Greener. Deals were made with Danny DiCarlo in the first trial and possibly in this one. He's charged with all types of felonies. Our son has no other previous convictions, but this one, he spoke a sincere and honest testimony, and the jury refused to believe it. And I feel that those people are going to have to live with themselves, and I pray for them.
Are you agreement with the verdict?
Yes, I'm in agreement with the verdict. I think it comports with justice. As I indicated before, I'm always sad to see that kind of verdict returned, and my heart goes out.
The body was buried into the side of an embankment about 150 feet off the Santa Susana Pass Road, 1 mile west of Topanga Boulevard. LA County Sheriff's investigators received information to look in this area about 6 weeks ago and have been digging along the hillside ever since. Sergeant Bill Gleason, who's been on this case for 8 years, talked about the information that led the investigation to this particular site.
Information we received in the past from various people who have since grown up. When they were with the Manson family, they were very young. They were grown older, and they decided that now was the time to let Mr. Shea be found.
Now, do you feel that this is the man? He is not beheaded. He looks like he is all in one piece, which goes against what was said during the trial.
Well, that was just a rumor going around. I think that was told by some of the so-called Manson family people just to make people pay more attention to what they were doing, or just to embellish on the death of Mr. Shea.
How do you feel after being on this case for 8 years?
Well, I'm quite pleased that we finally found him. It's been quite a search.
If you can.